All in Detroit, final from Ford Field, 29-27. The Lions get their first win of the season over the Vikings, who, I mean, this if this doesn't finish Mike Zimmer off, I don't know what will. They now drop to 5-7. This has got to be it. So they're pretty much out of the playoff picture. They got a short week coming up against Pittsburgh. They're done. So Mike Zimmer has been, I think it's been a little overdue for Coach Zimmer here. And I think that the Vikings will either, before the end of the season or right after the end of the season, they will move on from Zimmer as head coach. There's no way he survives, especially after this loss. I mean, this was the season. This was literally the season today. You win today, you go to 6-6, and then you take it from there. You're still in the hunt. Actually, you would, have the final wild card spot. Instead, they drop to 5-7, so they were done. But the Detroit Lions at 1-10-1. Wow, it's a team that actually plays with heart. Imagine that 1-10-1. They hadn't won a game. They were going to game number 12, and they had not won a game all year. And they were playing with more heart than the Robert Saleh New York Jets. I mean, I'm not surprised because Saleh's not a head coach. None of his coaches are NFL worthy. And the coaching staff is an absolute joke. It is the worst coaching staff in the NFL. The Jets have the worst coaching staff in the NFL by far. It's not even close. Not even close. It's an absolute joke. And I'm tired of it every single week. Every single week. I wouldn't be as pissed off if the Jets were called off sides or there was some confusion in the huddle the first couple of plays of the game. Because, okay, you know what? Yes, they're not prepared out of the gate, but, maybe they're working the cobwebs off a little bit. Who knows? This and that. But to play 2 quarters and then to go into the locker room and have halftime and have your coaches speak to you at halftime, and then you come out of the locker room and 6 minutes into the third quarter, you still do not know where you're supposed to be lined up. As a defensive lineman, as an offensive lineman, if you do not know where you're supposed to be lined up, 6 minutes into the third quarter, after you had an entire half to talk about it, it's embarrassing. And that's on the coaches. I'm sorry, it's on the coaches. And this Jets defense has been one of the worst Jets defenses that we've seen in quite some time. Quite some time. Usually, it was always the case of the Jets had a somewhat pretty good defense, never had the offense. Now, they don't have the offense, and they don't have the defense. Wilson's a joke. Saleh's a joke. LaFleur's a joke, and I would blow the whole thing up. I would just blow it up. I would offer McDaniels in New England anything that he so desires. Because what Belichick and McDaniels have been able to do in New England this year with Mac Jones, I would give him any amount of money that he wants and bring him over. Give him control of football operations also. Clean house, because Joe Douglas is an absolute joke also. He'll find a way to screw these picks up. The Jets will be the only team with 2 picks in the top 5. The first 5 picks in the draft, the Jets will have 2 of those picks, and they'll find a way to fuck it up. 100% they'll find a way to fuck it up. Because it's the Jets. There's just no other way. And I'm watching the game today, and Wilson threw a pass. I forget who was intended to. Totally missed him. And again, it's almost at that point where they don't know where they're supposed to be lined up. They don't know what route they're supposed to run. They don't know anything. And that's a little scary where you're about 12 games into the season and you don't know where you're supposed to be. You don't know where you're supposed to be lined up. You don't know this, you don't know that. And again, it falls on the coaches. And I understand that you may think that it's irrational and you may think it's a hot take and you may think, oh, you can't possibly move on from Salah. Why not? Why not? First off, what did this guy show us other than the fact that he yelled and he's bald and he looks masculine and he had his own coach that was in charge of holding him away from the field because he yelled. What did he exactly show you to make himself a head coach? Why? Because he looked the part? Because he looked like a big, tough, bald man? Was that the criteria that we were going with? Because I'm trying to just wrap my head around really why he was hired. And I didn't like the hire in the first place. Did not like the hire in the first place. I did not like Wilson being drafted in the first place. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Wilson sucks, and Salah sucks even more. And it's an absolute clown show. And you got Marty Lyons. I'm driving home before, and I got Marty Lyons on the radio listening to the Jets broadcast. Bob Wischusen, by the way, he's a god. He's just one of the best radio voices doing play-by-play out there for football. But Marty Lyons, and I like Marty too on color, but Marty is doing the color, and he's just saying, well, Zach's look good. Zach hasn't looked good today, Marty. And usually Marty's a little bit more on them, and I don't know if he was just, I don't know what game he's watching. But Marty, come back to me, baby. He does not look good. He was good the first 2 drives of the game when he led the team down the field for touchdowns. Other than that, he was horrible the entire time. Throwing the balls 20 feet over the receivers' heads. Interception. Taking the sack. I mean, I understand he's a rookie, but, I just go on. There's all these other rookies that come out, and they all look so great. Mac Jones goes to New England. He's a rookie, and he looks fucking fantastic. Mahomes looked fantastic. All these rookie quarterbacks over the years have looked so fantastic. And then there's the Jets. There's the fucking New York Jets. Every single year we get these guys, and they just are not ready. Or it just could be that the Jets are snake bit. I've gone through this before. I don't know if they're snake bit. I don't know. I don't understand really what it is. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. But there's something wrong here. There's a culture problem. And oh God, stop. I gotta shut my TV off. Stop it. I can't look at it. I'm still wrapping my head around how the Jets defense made Gardner Minshew look like Tom Brady today. I mean, it's just disgusting. Him and that stupid freaking porn stash. And he came into your building and he looked like Tom Brady. He looked like 2004, 2005 Tom Brady. That's what he looked like today. That's what the Jets defense made him look like today. Gardner Minshew. Oh. No, the Eagles couldn't run the ball all year. All year, the Eagles have not been able to run the ball. Not today. You had 2 Eagles receivers with 100 yards rushing. I mean, if you want to get better, just play the Jets defense. And this is the thing that I would tell fantasy. I don't know what my brother's I know he does fantasy. I don't know what his game plan is, but my God, if he got players on your fantasy team offensively and they're going up against the Jets, I would just play all of them. I would play absolutely all of them. Because you're going to get fantasy points because they're going to just score and get yardage and yardage and yardage. And this is another thing. First down today. First down, the Jets were giving up at least 7 to 8 yards every first down. That's embarrassing. You can't have that. You just can't have it. You can't give up 7, 8 yards on first down. You just can't do it. At some point, you got to change up whatever the hell you're doing defensively. You got to take whatever's on your clipboard and rip it off and throw it out the window. because it's not working. So you have to, at some point as coaches, you have to adjust. Okay, gee, we're in the third quarter now, and the entire first half, and now a couple of plays into the second half, we're giving up big yardage on first downs. You're not even giving your defense a chance. You guys aren't even giving yourselves a chance. The Jets defense gave themselves no chances today because every time you look, they're at 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. You're giving them no chances, none whatsoever. I don't know. I just don't know. Is the season over with yet? Because I really, seriously think that they have to really, really look at changing the head coach. Think about it. If you go through these next couple of weeks and you go through the season and you get absolutely destroyed and embarrassed and you're just not competitive, what message does that send? They haven't been competitive all year. They really have not been competitive all year. They've been an awful football team to watch. At what point do you go, you know what? Maybe the team's not responding to him. I mean, it's not far off. I could see if they were 2-8, 2-9, or I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 3-9. I don't know how the hell they won 3 games, but say that they're 3-9. Okay, they go out, they lose, they finish the year 3-14, but they get embarrassed. I mean, are we just gonna sit here and make like, oh, okay, it was a 3-14 year, but it was his first year. No, it was 3-14, but they were destroyed every game. You gotta start pinning it on him. I'm sorry, you gotta pin it on him. Saleh is a fucking clown, and he should not be coaching this team. He should not be coaching in the NFL at all. Okay, the honeymoon is over. For me, the honeymoon was over the first 40 minutes of the season. It was over. Okay, so take you all gas and no brakes and get the hell out of here, because you have shown us that you are not a leader of men. You are a loser. There are winners and there are losers. And Robert Saleh is a loser.